M0FXB, welcome. RS-918 HF SDR transceiver. Someone asked me to show the battery, so I will do that. First thing we'll do is take you to the side of this device. And it is running via the battery, although you can run it via a normal DC input just there. Okay, so at the bottom here, we've got charge and an on-off switch for the battery. So if we turn it off, it's off, okay? Now we can plug in the DC supply. We don't use this to turn on the radio. To turn on the radio, we hold down this button. It also doubles up as a dimmer for the screen. If we turn it on, and just while we're here, we'll quickly show you, we've got the accessory, the Kia, the mic PTT, also the speaker connection, line in, line out, and believe it or not, this is actually a PTT as well, and there's a small microphone here. But this video is about the battery, so if we turn to the back, you've got this flap, okay, which is tightened with these two screws to each side. If you lift this up, okay, like so, it reveals the battery housing. Now, the other model, so this is the 918 model with the built-in battery. This is a clone, but it's not the one that can be cloned with some of the updated firmware that you're seeing release, which is excellent, by the way. It's different. The screen is different apparently, and so are some of the internals, and I don't know the details. But what I know is that if you want one that's going to be completely customizable, I would go for the non-battery, non-orange button version. If you want one that's just out of the box, you're going to enjoy tinkering with it. You want the battery, so you can take it anywhere. There's no internal tuner, but I use ATU 100M, and they are brilliant, and they have a built-in battery as well. Let's get these screws out, and I'll show you the other side as well. So FTA out the box and upload firmware, no problem with a USB stick. Screws are out and then it just falls off. It's quite a nice chunky size. It's good the way they've got it in there, and you'll find that you've got to take quite a lot of screws off of this device to get everything off and pull all the buttons off the front etc. But it does come apart. So if I just pull, I've had this out a couple of times looking at it. It does pull out quite easily. Just go, you've got this sponge underneath, and just pull it out basically, just like so, and pull. It does give it a wiggle. And I'll show you the battery. Now, you know, this is different than the other model, okay? So look inside, you can see, if you want to be nosy, just see some heat, is it heat sink? And there's your battery connected. I've not known of other people modifying them, but if they want to, I'm sure they could get, you know, ones that have got non-batteries, but you don't, it doesn't reveal much in there, does it? You've got to be careful when putting these screws in, because the other thing that's worth remembering is the 4 screws here, 1, 2, 3, 4, actually screw into transistors, remember that. Just be careful. You've got to hold them from the inside to make sure you don't bend them off their pins, which I would say would be quite hard to do, but it is, you know, it is doable. Just bear that in mind. But anyway, battery. So if we look at try not to break my precious battery here, I'm going to try and show you what's on the label. There it is there. If you want the part number, 2500. It does last quite a while. There's a part number as well. Everything you need, and in there looks like there's what, 3 big juicy batteries. I'm going to zoom in here for you, just in case you might spot something you want to see. For customization, and I'll do the other side as well, shining the torch in there nicely. Okay, so putting the battery back in, nice and straightforward. You just line it back up, keep the sponge at the bottom, and just push it back in place. Make sure your sponge is there, and put your panel back on 4 screws. Okay, that's back on, and then look, you've got your stand that goes on the back. A couple of these screw in the sides. And you've got your stand as well. Just turn it around. And I turn it back on. Antenna back on, BNC. And I think these are excellent, and they're very low, I think low priced, £250. Decent antenna on there.
Perhaps we can speak when we got more time. You've got to do your shopping, and I must go to the little Geburtstagsfest. Viele Grüße für Weihnachten.
So I thought I'd show you around the battery. Works well. Bye for now, 7.3.